Hi, and welcome to Milgat Farms. Today we're going to be preserving some apples. When we're done, it's going to look like this. When you start, they look like this. There's many ways that you can process apples, from making applesauce to apple butter, which is absolutely delicious. You could dry them in like a dehydrator. They're a little chewy, but still good, and they'll last a long time. Another way that you can do it is through freeze drying, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to cut these apples up, we're going to put them into our Harvest Right Freeze Drier, and then we're going to freeze dry them. It's going to take 1 to 2 days, and when we're done, we're going to pull them out. We might vacuum seal them. That's what I did earlier today, was vacuum seal these apples. The only challenge I think we're going to find is if we open this up, they're probably going to get crunchy or little bits and pieces. So this may not be the best storage solution, but for now it's going to work. And we're actually going to use these in our kids' lunchbox. That's going to be pretty neat. In case you guys didn't know, we happen to be Virginia's only organic maple syrup farm. If you ever want to visit, we have a B&B right here on the farm you can stay in. And different times of the year, there are different things going on. Kind of like right now, we're in the harvest mode. So we're putting away corn and chickens and apples and just all the stuff out of our garden. Canning, freeze drying, freezing, all of those kinds of things in order to prepare for winter. So if you ever want to try some of our syrup, go to milgatfarms.com. It should be right here. Why am I looking, right? That doesn't make any sense. I'm going to put this in afterwards, right? All right, if you guys want to go, if you ever want to come out and visit or buy some of our organic maple syrup, go to milgatfarms.com and give it a try. Our syrup is really, really delicious. So let's get started on these apples. We bought a Harvest Right, and I've already got it started as far as the cycle goes. It is now cool in the chamber, and what I have to do next is peel the apples. I'm not going to peel them, I'm going to slice them, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. Put them on the trays, we're going to put them in, and then we're going to start the cycle, and then in a day or so we're going to come back, it's going to be done, and we're going to have some freeze-dried apples. All right, the tools you're going to need are a mandolin, a knife, a whole bunch of apples, and of course the Harvest Right. And what we're going to do, I've already cleaned these apples, meaning I picked them and I've washed them in the sink, I've dried them. I don't think they have to be perfectly dry, but they should be really as dry as you can probably get them. So they're dry, they're ready to go, and there are some blemishes on the apples. Now, with that being said, trusty knife, we're going to cut off the blemishes, give those to our chickens, and what we can't slice, we're going to give to our chickens as well. So I got my trays and my apples. Now what I'm doing is I want a workspace right here for my mandolin to do the majority of all the work. And I got my tray over here, closest to me, so I can take my apples, put them on my tray, and then we can put them into the freeze dryer. First time I used this, I was definitely scared. I'll leave a link in the description to one of these from Amazon. I don't know where Emily got it, but I know that we can get these on Amazon. Once you get the hang of it, this thing is fast, really fast. So this is going to be our first apple. We got a couple of blemishes on the side, but you know what? I'm not too worried about that. Maybe so. There we go. Now, this right here, that's going to go to the chickens. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to set the apple up on top. I'm going to set my mandolin down on it. And it's really easy, guys. I like to hold it, and I'm just pulling. Now, once I get down to the point, I got to put my hand on the top, and it'll just push it right on down until it's done. That's it. Now, could I get some more out of that? I probably could, but I'm not going to. I have plenty of apples. Now, we're just going to take a tray, and we're going to set them on the tray. Now, if there's any seeds, I'm just going to knock my seeds off. And we're going to put actually 2 layers. I don't know what other people say, but for me, I've done 2 layers and it works really, really well. Get those seeds out of there if you can. 1 or 2 seeds are not going to be a problem. You can flick them off later after the drying's done. Knock it on the table, pull the seed off. All right, find the next little victim. Here we go. Our next victim right there. Set it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. That's about 7 times. Push down. Okay, that's it. All right, move your mandolin. Here you go. I even leave the skin on. I have no problem with the skin. It gives a little bit extra texture when you're eating them. They are delicious. And get this, the seeds and the stems, they just pop right off. So they're gonna fall down here on the table. I'm actually gonna sweep them on the floor or put them in the trash can. I've got the mandolin set at the second thickest, I guess, shim, if you would. Another victim, that'll work. Got a little bad spot right there. Cut it out, nice and clean. I don't feel any soft spots. So there's another shim that cuts them a little thinner. I want them as thick as I can get them. So this is the shim that works for me. Put your hand down. Get it all the way down. Now start over again and just keep on going. Again, I can get some more out of it, but I'm not going to. If I was short on apples, I might do that. A lot of these apples, guys, are ones that we would not sell in our farm stand. They have a blemish on them somewhere. They're just not that perfect apple that's marketable through the farm stand. Now, these are organic apples. However, that's weird. Okay, you can see that I put 5 trays in. I even double layered them. So I think it's gonna work pretty well. All we have to do now is hit continue. Now it's freezing. Eventually the vacuum pump's gonna come on and it's gonna start sucking that moisture right out of it. For now, the process is kind of where it's gonna be for the next 24 to 36 hours. And once we're done, they're gonna come out, be completely dry, and they're gonna taste like chips. When we're done with that part, we may vacuum seal them. However, we might put them in Mylar bags too, with some oxygen eaters, so that it absorbs any oxygen that might be in there. Seal them with I guess it's just a heat sealer, and then eat them at a later date, right? For the time being, we have put them into these Ziploc, or not Ziploc, these are vacuum seal bags that we bought, I think it's through Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description of some of these bags that we bought. And they don't have to be so thick. These are pretty heavy duty because we use these for our chickens. But I have a bunch of extras because I bought this size, and it's really, unless you're putting one breast in, and our breast won't fit in here, maybe a wing or two, this isn't gonna work. So I'm using them for our apples. My fear is, because it sucked it down, we might crack some of these guys. And you know what? I'm okay with that, because this is gonna seal and stay sealed for a long time. You know what? Let's crack into one of these guys. So here we go. Oh no, yeah, it broke a little bit. Oh man, that's good. All right, guys. So you can tell, it kind of came out as a unit. When I pulled them, when I put them in there, they were much thicker than this. So this may not be the best solution, but that's what it's going to look like when we're done freeze drying. There we go. These things are super dry and very intense flavor. That's what I like about freeze drying. Man, not good. Got two there. Guys, these are delicious. Now, there are many ways that you can, excuse me there. There's many ways that you can preserve apples. One of the guys at church has this big cold storage facility located in Nelson County. And he puts the apples inside of there in these bins, reduces the temperature. I think he puts in some nitrogen or something else, seals them off, and he can save an apple in its original state for almost a year. Now, I can't do that. I can put it into a root cellar. That might work for a while, but it's not going to save it all throughout the winter. It'll save it for a long time, but it may not save it all the way to the time the next time we harvest our apples. So, for now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to freeze dry them, we're going to put them in the bags, and we're going to eat them later. Oh, pretty good. So guys, what do you think of this video? And what do you think of this idea of freeze drying apples? I love freeze dry strawberries. So between apples and strawberries, that is the bomb. So what do you think? How do you guys preserve your apples at the end of the season? Hey, so let me know in the comments below. Right now, it's time to go harvest some more apples, clean up my mess a little bit, feed some chickens, and call it a day. So if you guys like our videos, consider giving us a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. We'd love it if you'd subscribe. Come back, visit our channel. There's always something happening on the farm. It's usually something broken, something I'm gonna build, something broken, something I gotta fix. And other things that are happening too. We raise alpacas and sheep and chickens and ducks and turkeys. We have cattle on the farm. What else do we have? I said sheep, got a couple dogs, got a couple kids. So it's a pretty neat place to be in the middle of nowhere. Convenience nothing is what we like to call it. We don't have a grocery store. So as a result, we tend to preserve a lot of our own food, and we make it to town, I don't know, once a month to get supplies, and that's about it. It's pretty neat. If you ever want to come out and visit, go to milgatfarms.com. Love to have you come out and stay on the farm in our B&B. Or if you want to try our organic maple syrup, milgatfarms.com. Guys, we appreciate you watching our videos. Consider giving us a thumbs up. And until next time, God bless you. Oh, man. I love the texture. That is awesome. Oh, good grief, that's good. Emily's gonna kill me for eating these.